Player injuries give captains and coaches and selectors a huge headache, and we've got an Ask Cricbuzz live question that's come in from Jyoti Tikor. This one's for our experts Zaheer Khan and Joy Bhattacharjya. It's a long one. It's something that perhaps mirrors the emotions and the worries, the anxieties of the Indian fans. With Bangladesh and Sri Lanka both marred by injuries, how long can teams like them or even India, who still don't have Shreyas or KL Rahul in match fitness, afford to keep them in the ODI World Cup plans? It's a straight question. For how long should selectors wait?
It's a straight question, but the answer to this question is not that straightforward for sure. And the reason I'm saying that is because there are a whole lot of layering, when you are making a decision. You got to be very close to the team. You got to be understanding how the medical staff is working, how the fitness trainer is advising. All those advisors, when it comes to managing someone, is going to be a very critical part of this decision making. So that makes it little complex. And also for team management, you are not talking about just one tournament. The World Cup chat have been going on. As soon as the World Cup is over, you start thinking about the next World Cup. So you're talking about 4 years. So the team management also are looking at what are the gaps, what is the combination, what is the ideal combination for themselves, and which are the players which are fitting that bill, and then giving them that much game time. So when you're looking at all these aspects, the straightforward question, the answer to that is never going to be easy. It's also very important that you continue with that thought process. So if someone is fit and available, someone has spent enough time, and how you kind of plan their return is also going to be of value. Also the position of the player matters, the style of the player matters, and the formula or the skeleton which you've defined for the team's success, that shouldn't be broken. So looking at that, then which player is going to fit, we will know very soon, because the team is going to be announced maybe in a week's time.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with what Jack's saying. It's not so easy. That also it depends so much on the player. If I am the Sri Lankan coach, if Vannindu Hasaranga is fit one day before the tournament, I will take him. I will put him in the team. Because he's a player who's a game changer for you. Okay. Now, when you're looking at, say, is a KL Rahul fit versus Ishan Kishan, okay, the difference may be much more marginal. You say that Rahul's a really good prospect, but the difference between him and the guy who could replace him is not that much. But when suppose I have a player like a Hasaranga or a Liton Das, I am going to say these are vital for my team. I will keep them in my plans as long as I do. Secondly, if I have a really experienced player like if Shakib was injured and he comes in really late, I know he is intelligent enough, he's experienced enough to manage that relative lack and find a way in a team he'll contribute. So much of it depends on the player. If that player is a selection where other players are close to him, then you say that, look, I'll close this chapter as soon as possible. I don't want to delay this chapter. But if the player is like a Hasaranga, who's a total game changer, I will wait as long as it takes. We'll sit on it and say, yeah, team mein dal to dekha jayega. Because agar ye fit hai, even if it's 60% fit, he could change my game.
From the India perspective, I suppose public memory is really short. The 2019 problem was very different from the 2023 problem. That World Cup, there was a problem with who is our number 4. In this case, as Rahul Dravid said, they had identified players for number 4 and 5. It's just unfortunate that they are injured. So the problems are different, and Rahul Dravid has been very honest and open about what the issue is. And I suppose as selector Mr. Agarkar and Rohit Sharma, the captain, are well within the rights to take the time they believe they need. It can't be decided on Twitter.
Also, but the time is running out, and you just got to back your instincts at that stage. So maybe having 2 guys with lack of cricket might be the debate, which they will actually have to debate hard, and then back their instinct and saying that, okay, get everyone on one page. I think the situation when you are dealing with this kind of a scenario, like when you have 2 injured players and both are middle order, and that's how you planned. So I think you might have to take that tough call. We'll have to see how they go. But the guys who are playing right now, the game time, like I said, so in KL's case, it might be of help to him, because he's wicket keeping as well. And when you're looking at the comparative, you have maybe Sanju Samson in that scenario, you know, who is a middle order player, keeps, but when it comes to Ishan Kishan, then he's a top order. You know, so, and you can only have 15 in the World Cup squad. So this debate is definitely going to be a very, very long and hard debate, but we have to back whatever they decide.